Hey guys, it's me, Liam from Board Busters, and today I want to show you how to draw a caramel dipped apple. Before we start, I just want to say, please make sure to like and subscribe. Help me get 4,000 watch hours on YouTube by watching my longer videos. And what the 4,000 watch hours are is they're basically the time that you guys have pretty much watched my videos in total. We have 272 watch hours, but I need like 4,000 or 3,000. But yeah, the materials I'll be using for this is this Canson XL marker paper. We aren't going to be using our markers today. I just like using this paper. Just it's fun when I'm using my colored pencils, which we are going to be using. So I'm going to be using this, but you guys could use whatever paper. It doesn't really matter. I'm also going to be using these Prismacolor colored pencils. They're very nice colored pencils. I like them because you could blend with them, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Yeah, and I'm going to be using different colors, probably the light green, dark green like this, and then I'm probably going to use the light brown, and then probably maybe a little bit of the black, and definitely the white to blend it. Another thing I'm going to be using is a mechanical pencil. You guys could use whatever pencil you want. I'm not going to be shading with the regular pencil. We're going to be shading with our Prismacolors or your colored pencils. And that's why I like using these, because you could blend them and you could shade very well. So I'm just going to use this for the outline of the caramel dipped apple. And the shape will be pretty easy, so I'm going to time-lapse drawing it. But I'm just pretty much just drawing some of like the caramel kind of coming down. But yeah, you guys could pause the video after this, after a time lapse drawing this part. Okay, so as you can see, I have finished the outline of the apple. You guys can do this however you want, and it's a pretty simple shape to draw. That's why I just time-lapsed it, because the main focus on this video will be the coloring. But yeah, make these drips of caramel random. You guys can change the stick. I just drew the stick right up here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to, let's do the apple first, so the green part. So I'm going to use this apple green PC942. And I'm going to just pretty much just lay down the basic spots that I want it to be green. And I'm just filling this in. And you guys can make this red. You guys can do whatever you want. But yeah, I'm just kind of just filling it in, and probably darker on the sides right here. In the middle will be the main light spot. So I'm just kind of just coloring that in. Something basic like that. And then I'm going to probably do this on this side right here. Make it dark on the sides. Probably pretty dark down here, because we're going to have the dark green. And then a lighter over here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take my dark green. This is the grass green, and it is PC909. So I'm pretty much going to go up here. Probably are going to have to, we're going to have to add some black in this probably. I'm going to go around the edges. It's not really blending that much yet. We can make that blend in a little bit. But I want this part to be pretty light. Right here, we're going to make it pretty dark. And then down here, we're going to make it really dark right down here. This kind of corner. Just kind of blending it. And kind of having it come up. So, something like that, I guess. We'll make that look better. And then we can go on the sides and just do the same thing for each spot. And I'm going to time-lapse doing this. Okay, so I've kind of laid down my colors there. I'm going to go back over with my apple green. And I'm just kind of going over the dark spots, and I'm just pressing down harder, and I'm just blending it. And that's the nice thing about Prismacolors again. If you don't have Prismacolors, that's okay, but for the best results, I'd highly recommend them. So I'm just kind of just going over them, not that much, but we don't want them to be so sharp. So something like that, maybe a little bit right here. And I want it to be darker too, so I want to go maybe a little bit over. Maybe we could use our brown, I'm not sure. Just we need it to be a little bit darker than it is right now. So let's see, I might use my black. Yeah, I'm going to use that. And I'm just barely going over the sides like this. Kind of just laying it down, something like that. And then kind of same thing, just darker right here. Want to blend it a little bit, something like that. And then I'm going to do the same. I really want to make it dark down here because there's going to be a shadow down there that we're going to create with probably our white and black. So I'm just kind of just doing little circles to kind of blend it, and then on the sides over here, same thing. And then I might go back over with my green, my dark green one more time, and I want to press down pretty hard, and I want to blend it so it's still, the black kind of turns into a really dark green, so it doesn't look just black. So I want to just go over that pretty much. And it's okay if you kind of get out of the lines. This whole part will be brown. That will be the caramel. So just kind of getting that right there. Maybe have it blend a little bit. Something like that. So now I want to probably switch to my white. I guess we could do that. And I want to just smooth it out and make it look nicer. So I'm just going over this whole thing, and I'm just taking my white, and I'm just going over it, and it will really smooth it out. Something like that looks a lot more blended. I still don't really like the texture of my desk, so I might switch to, actually I think it'll be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over all of this. Okay, so that looks a lot more smooth. You might need to mess around with it a little bit. But yeah, the white just really smooths it out and makes things look a lot better with Prismacolors. Their white is like really, really good. So now I'm going to switch to my light brown. And I'm going to draw kind of around like this. And this is the caramel, so I'm going to just kind of, just something like this. So I'm pretty much just going to outline this, and then I'm going to pretty much just color in the whole thing with light brown. Don't worry about shading it or nothing like that, just color it in. Okay, so as you can see, I've colored in. And it doesn't look super great because it's just scribbled in it. And that's what you want to do. You want to lay down your base colors. The thing with Prismacolored pencils is you want to lay down different, layers. And you want to start off with your base color just like we started off with our green. So I just did the same thing with the brown. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over with my brown. And in the darker spots, I'm going to make it just press down way harder, and down there we're gonna make it dark. I want to make sure it's kind of overlapping that spot right there, just making it kind of have some shadows on the sides of this, so right here. And we want this to look very glossy and kind of wet, and we probably could go over with a gel pen, but but I'm probably not going to do that because my gel pen doesn't really work that well with Prismacolor. So we could just go over with our Prismacolor, and I'm just going to time lapse going over the dark parts. So kind of something like that. That's where I want my dark spots to be. And I really want to get I want to have my black in here and just do the same thing. And we're just, in the dark spots, we're making it pretty dark. And we're just kind of blending it like we did with the green. And kind of right here maybe on the side. Something like that. And then we could do a little bit, we need a lot probably right here, this sort of area, maybe down here. Just gonna do little circles and darken it up, kind of like that, and then we'll go back over with our brown and do the same thing, something like that maybe, and then maybe a little bit more right here. Something like that. And I want to define this part a little bit more so it looks like it's kind of the caramels going over the apple. So I'm going to go back over with my dark brown and press down pretty hard, and we're just blending that black with our dark brown, kind of like that, kind of like we did earlier with our dark green. So I'm just going over that. Something like this. Okay, so now I've got that spot. I want to add, I want to have my white, and I want to go over this and really blend it good. Maybe, let's see. Just want to try to get it more blended and smooth. I'm actually going to go over with my brown again and make this just a lot darker, just because it's just not, it's too light. Okay, so I'm just going to go over with my dark brown and try to smooth it out and make it darker. Because to get the, glossy effect and make it look like it's actually caramel, we need to have it blended with our white, but we also still need it to be dark. So I'm just, in these kind of areas, I just really want to just darken it up like this with my dark brown pencil. And I might go over with my regular brown and just do the same thing. Just darken it up a little bit. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to go over with my white again. I want to try this again. I want to try to blend it. Hopefully this will work. And I'm just kind of blending it with all the dark pencils. Just trying to really go over it and make it smooth. So now I want to go back over with my dark brown. And I just really want to try to darken this up now that it's blended. And I'm not sure if we could get that effect anymore. It feels different. It feels actually more smooth if you go over with your white. It physically feels more smooth after drawing with your white. I think it's just because the different layers, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. But you just want to kind of just try to go over it and get more darker values. So I want to go with my dark brown now, I'd say. And I really want to just kind of draw in those areas, I guess. Pressing down pretty hard, because I want them to stay there. So just trying to keep that darkness there. And yeah, we need this to be way darker. Okay, so I kind of just went through up here with my white, and I darkened these kind of areas up, and I added, you know, different reflections in this kind of area. I added kind of like that right there. I really pressed hard down here because that's where I want the main reflection to be. So I'm kind of pressing down right there. On the sides too, you know, you kind of want that to look wet almost. Maybe some right here. Yeah, I just added these like little like reflection bubbles almost right there. And yeah, so what I want to do now is I want to work on the stick that you can hold the caramel apple. So I'm just kind of just taking my dark brown, and I'm just kind of going up and something like this. And I want it to look kind of like it's kind of like wood. So yeah, let's use my tan. Got my tan Prismacolor right here. Yeah, that should work. And we're just kind of going over it, something like that. I'm actually going to take my pencil and I'm going to erase the outline because it's got some of the pencil markings on there. And yeah, I'm just going to go back over it. Something like that. Looks pretty good. And I want to go back over with my my dark brown and try to add a kind of wood texture. Something like this, maybe, I don't know. Might do that. And then I'm gonna go over with my black a little bit, and I'm just gonna try to make this darker up here. And look like it's kind of going into the apple almost. Something like that. Just making that kind of like that. And then I'm going to go probably over with just some random dark brown wood strokes. So something like that. And yeah, guys, that's the caramel dipped apple. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.